I'm Stephanie Malo, and this is Healing and Manifesting in the Hut. For today's video, we're going to be talking about how having clarity about what you want to manifest is critical and crucial. However, we always need to be careful and be aware to not push with our actions. What we want is inspired action. So when we get that clarity about what we want to manifest, it's really important to tune into our emotions before taking action. And so this can be as simple as stating, this is what I want to manifest with clarity. And then right away checking in with the self, because the universe knows how we truly feel. So if we have emotions that are telling a tale that perhaps we don't deserve it, or perhaps we feel it's not possible to manifest what we've been clear on wanting to manifest in our lives, the universe is just going to give us more of that energy. It's just going to match the truth of our emotions. So a really great way to check in with your emotions is asking yourself, after making the declaration of what you want to manifest, how do I actually feel about it? Be true and be honest with yourself. And it helps to name the emotion that you're having around it, because maybe you're stating your intention with clarity and then checking in with your emotions and you're like, yep, there's some self-doubt here. If I could really do that, if I could really manifest what I'm asking for. And then dive a little deeper on the emotions. Can you name what that emotion is? Is it self-doubt? And then just check in with your heart space. Is this self-doubt? And you might be like, it's not exactly self-doubt. I actually have some anger. I actually have some anger that I've wanted this my whole life and it has never transpired. So right away we can see clarity is important. And then that clarity gets us to this ball of emotion that's underneath the surface, that is always running the operating system of our physical selves. So let's work with that example for a minute. Anger was identified. So then check again. Okay, thank you. Is it truly anger? And then you might even get to, no, it's not anger. It's just pure sadness that I've not experienced this yet in my life. And then test it again. Is it sadness? Yes. And so take that word, that description of that emotion that is running underneath the iceberg. The iceberg is the part you can see. Underneath is our skeletons in the closet. Grab your pen, piece of paper, journal, and write out everything you can about that sadness. Declare that you're getting that sadness, or whatever it is that is the emotion word for you for this day, for that feeling regarding that manifestation. Write it all down on paper as if you were releasing it all onto the paper. I know a lot of people will say they don't like to journal, so you don't have to journal either, but you have to process the emotion. So you could process it if you don't want to put pen to paper. You could process it by typing into your phone on notes. You could process it by meditating on it, just taking some deep breaths, closing your eyes and understanding that sadness is with you. Is there any way to move the sadness? What is the sadness looking for? Ask it questions, befriend it, let it be there through your meditation. And then pivot to a slightly better feeling. So if I'm feeling sad about something and that's the correct emotion and I've journaled about it, or I've meditated on it, I might ask myself, what's a slightly better feeling than sadness? So sadness that something hasn't ever manifested in my life yet to date. What's a slightly better feeling than that once I've purged all the emotions and ideas and thoughts and feelings around that? And so pivoting to a slightly better feeling emotion might mean to me saying to myself, just because it hasn't happened doesn't mean it's not going to. Anything's possible. I'm aware of that. Anything's possible. So you can see how the sadness went from pure sadness to maybe anything's possible. And that just gives a little bit more of a lightened load, a lightened feeling. And so then when we talk about forced action versus inspired action, we take that little bit of a better feeling thought and put it to use. Oh, so if anything can happen, if I'm aware of that, and that's my slightly better feeling thought, what action could I take towards moving towards what I would like in my life? And so that's where inspired action comes from, is you might say, well, I think I'm going to, and I'm making stuff up for me, I think I'm going to journal about what my future self will feel like when I have the manifestation that I'm looking for. Or inspired action could come, let's say, in the form of one phone call to test the system to see if your business idea might be well received, or whatever it is that you want to manifest. You might make a phone call to a friend and say, I'm thinking of this. Is this something you'd be interested in? Because the more inspired action we do, the more the ball rolls, or the dominoes fall into effect to create more of that essence of what you're wanting and the energy behind which you are taking action. Follow me at stoppingtosmelltheflowers.com. My website will show you how to purchase the Stopping to Smell the Flowers books. There's also an online self-paced course called A Course in Presence. And that course is designed to help you work through noticing the moments, pausing, and identifying what emotion is here with you in the moment. All of those things help lead us towards manifesting the life of our dreams, which really, isn't it just all about feeling good and feeling that joy, which is our birthright? Thank you for listening. Subscribe, share, comment. Let me know how you're doing. Thanks for being here.